Welcome back to the Robots vs. Vampires podcast. I'm Adrian Smith, and each day we bring you a new story exploring the wildest corners of sci-fi and fantasy.
I'm Julia Jones, your resident sci-fi expert, ready to dive into today's tale.
All right, so get ready for this one, because this one takes us to Eclipse Academy.
Ooh, Eclipse Academy.
Yeah, so imagine a secret society where young vampires are honing their skills. Think Hogwarts,
Okay.
but with a lot less sunshine
Right.
and a bit more bite.
I like it.
Right.
Yeah, so what's interesting here is that they're not just learning, typical vampire stuff like magic.
Right.
They're also mastering espionage,
Wow.
blending ancient lore with modern spycraft. It really makes you wonder how these vampires operate in the modern world.
Yeah, they're not just, lurking in the shadows anymore.
Exactly.
They're out there, they're integrated.
They're sophisticated.
Yeah, and at the heart of this story is Victor.
Okay.
He's a student who embodies that intriguing mix of old and new. He's a vampire aristocrat, knows his bloodlines inside and out.
Right.
But instead of, prepping for some cushy council position,
Right.
he's fixated on this mysterious artifact, the Orb of Shadows.
Ooh, the Orb of Shadows.
Yeah, just the name itself.
It sends chills down my spine.
Yeah.
It hints at a power that's both alluring and dangerous, maybe even corrupting.
Right.
This raises the question, what are the ethical boundaries of magic in this world?
That's a great question,
Yeah.
because obviously it's not all good.
Right.
So Victor, he decides to steal the orb.
Oh, no.
Yeah, he pulls off this incredible heist.
Wow.
We're talking scaling walls with supernatural agility,
He's like a cat burglar.
dodging ancient security measures. It's like watching a vampire ninja in action.
I love it.
But just when he thinks he's got it, he's caught red-handed.
Thus busted.
And not by just anyone, by Alara, a top trainee vampire hunter.
Whoa, that's a twist you don't see coming.
Right.
Huh.
Talk about awkward. You're a vampire elite about to make off with a powerful artifact, and suddenly you're face to face with your sworn enemy.
And Alara is not some rookie hunter.
No.
She's at the top of her class, known for her discipline and skill. It makes you wonder what kind of training goes into creating a vampire hunter of her caliber.
That's a good question, because you have to imagine it's intense.
Oh, absolutely.
But here's a real shocker.
What?
Alara doesn't expose Victor.
What?
In fact, she helps him cover up the whole incident to protect the Academy's secrecy.
She's playing the long game.
Right.
It's a fascinating display of leadership. Alara's thinking on her feet, prioritizing the bigger picture over the immediate capture.
Right.
It suggests a complexity to her character that goes beyond the typical hunter stereotype.
Exactly. It makes you think, what kind of understanding exists between these supposedly sworn enemies?
Yeah, because you would think that there would be just immediate animosity.
Right.
But
Like there's something else going on there.
there's something deeper.
Yeah. Eclipse Academy itself seems to operate under this fragile peace, with both vampires and hunters training within its walls.
That fragile piece is definitely worth examining further.
Yeah.
Is it a truce born out of necessity?
Right.
Or is there a deeper level of cooperation we're not seeing yet?
It's a mystery, for sure.
Yeah.
And then there's the orb itself.
Uh-huh.
It's not just sitting there.
No.
It's pulsing with strange energy, suggesting a danger that goes beyond simple theft.
Right. Which begs the question, why steal it in the first place?
Right.
Victor's obsession with the orb has to run deeper than teenage rebellion.
Exactly.
It makes you wonder if he knows something about its true nature that we don't.
I think you're right about that.
Yeah.
So we've got Victor, this arrogant vampire heir,
Uh-huh.
and Alara, the by-the-book hunter,
Okay.
forced to team up to figure out what's really going on.
Talk about an unlikely duo.
Oh, yeah?
The friction between their personalities alone is a recipe for disaster.
Yeah.
But I have a feeling their contrasting skills and perspectives might actually be the key to unraveling this mystery.
I think you're right.
Yeah. And you know what? Their investigation leads them to a truly terrifying discovery.
What's that?
The orb. It's a beacon.
Oh, no.
Yeah. It's drawing in this monstrous race.
Like a moth to a flame.
Yeah. And guess what they want to wipe out?
Ooh.
Both vampires and humans.
Oh, wow.
Everyone.
This goes beyond the whole vampire hunter thing. Talk about raising the stakes.
Right.
Suddenly, Eclipse Academy, this symbol of uneasy coexistence, becomes ground zero for an invasion.
It really flips the whole vampire-hunter conflict on its head, right?
It really does.
It highlights how even in a world of supernatural beings,
Yeah.
there are threats that transcend ancient rivalries.
That's a good point.
Yeah, this forces us to consider what happens when those long-held divisions, become irrelevant in the face of a common enemy.
Well, it definitely doesn't mean everyone suddenly gets along. Imagine the Chaos Fang's claws. Crossbow bolts flying everywhere.
Oh my God.
As these monstrous creatures breach the Academy's defenses.
Oh.
It's like something out of a horror movie.
Yeah, and amidst all this chaos,
Yeah.
it's Victor and Alara,
Of course.
this unlikely pair who rise to become the heroes.
You love to see it.
I know.
The underdogs.
Right.
So, Victor's knowledge of forbidden lore
Mm-hmm.
and Alara's combat prowess
Yes.
prove essential in repelling the invaders.
We really do.
So it's a good reminder that even in the most dire situations,
Right.
collaboration is key.
Absolutely.
They each bring something unique to the table,
Yes.
proving that combining different skills and perspectives can lead to success.
Absolutely. Their differences, which initially seemed like obstacles, become their greatest strengths.
Right.
It's a powerful testament to the value of diversity, even in the face of overwhelming odds.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
So they find themselves cornered by the leader of these monstrous creatures.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, this being
Okay.
that radiates pure menace and power.
It's like the big bad boss.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, no.
Things are looking pretty grim.
Right.
But then Victor, in a moment of unexpected defiance, throws out this line.
What's he say?
He says, "You picked the wrong school to mess with."
Oh, snap.
Right?
I love it.
It's not just a cool quip, it's a declaration of unity.
Right.
He's no longer just defending his vampire heritage.
Yeah.
He's standing up for a community, a shared space that defies the traditional boundaries.
And Alara echoes that sentiment with her actions fighting side by side with Victor to protect the Academy.
They've really come a long way,
They have.
haven't they?
It's clear that their shared experience has forged a bond between them, something that goes beyond their initial animosity.
Yeah, they started out
Yeah,
not really trusting each other.
right. Their initial forced partnership
Yeah.
has blossomed into something more profound, a genuine respect for each other's abilities and a shared sense of purpose.
They really do make a great team.
They do.
It makes you wonder if this unlikely alliance could signal a shift in the entire vampire-hunter dynamic.
Right. Like, is this the beginning of something new?
Yeah.
A true partnership between these two groups?
It definitely leaves you with a lot to ponder.
Yeah.
The battle may be over,
Uh-huh.
but the story feels far from finished.
Right.
What will happen to Victor and Alara now?
Right.
Will they continue to work together?
Yeah, what's going to happen to them?
And what about the Academy itself?
Ooh.
Can it be rebuilt?
Yeah.
Will it become a symbol of true unity between vampires and hunters?
That would be amazing. Or will it crumble under the weight of old prejudices?
These are the questions that linger long after the story ends.
Right, and that's what makes this more than just a thrilling adventure. It's a story that forces us to examine our own biases and preconceived notions.
Because Victor and Alara,
Yes.
they could have easily given in to the ingrained beliefs
Right.
of their respective worlds,
Absolutely.
but they didn't.
They chose a different path.
They did.
Yeah, they chose to see each other as individuals, recognizing their shared humanity in the face of a common threat.
And that choice, that act of defiance against societal expectations,
Right.
is incredibly powerful.
It is.
It suggests that maybe, just maybe,
Yeah.
there's hope for a future where vampires and hunters can coexist.
Imagine that a world where these ancient enemies can actually work together.
Put aside their differences.
Yeah.
A future where age-old rivalries
Mhm.
can be set aside for the greater good.
It's a message that resonates deeply, especially in a world where we're constantly bombarded with messages of division and fear.
It really does.
Yeah.
This story reminds us
Yeah.
that we have the power to choose understanding and empathy,
Absolutely.
to choose unity over discord.
It all comes down to our choices, right?
Yeah.
Will we perpetuate the cycle of fear and prejudice, or will we strive to build bridges and seek common ground?
What will you choose?
Yeah. Think about Victor and Alara.
That's right.
Think about the challenges they overcame and the choices they made. What choices will you make in your own life?
Because everyone listening right now has
Yes.
choices to make,
Absolutely.
big and small.
Every single day.
So choose wisely.
Remember, the world is full of monsters, both literal and metaphorical.
That's true.
But it's also full of heroes, ordinary individuals who choose to do extraordinary things.
Like Victor and Alara.
Exactly.
And who knows?
Yeah,
Maybe you have the potential to be one of those heroes.
I think so.
Well, that is it for this episode of the Robots vs. Vampires podcast.
Thank you for joining us on this incredible journey
Yeah, thanks for listening, everybody.
into the world of robots versus vampires.
We'll be back tomorrow with another captivating tale.
We'll see you then.
Until then, keep those imaginations running wild.
Bye.